Hello everyone, welcome back to TrevDog Gaming here on YouTube. This is the game Scum, and we are in Season 3, and now Episode 29. Well, she's a beaut. She's an absolute beaut. Look at that little hot rod. So excited to have this little car. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I'll let you know what I've done. Off camera, I made a whole bunch of the wooden boxes to put gear in. So this, down the bottom here, I've got two of these large containers of fuel, and they're full, so I've got plenty of fuel to take me around the map. This guy here has all the empty large fuel containers. I've then got this small fuel container, and these three, one of them, this top one, I think has a couple of hiking bags in it, and then there's a bit of food and a few other bits and pieces down the side here. So yeah, the car's ready for its trip. Let me just make sure that the front and back door is closed. The iron is off. Fantastic. And so, a couple of things we're going to try to do today. I don't think it's that late in the day. I'm pretty certain it's still fairly early. We're going to go all the way down to the scrapyard. And on the way, we're going to fill up with fuel. So, yeah, we may... Let me just check. If I have my shotgun out, am I full of ammo? I am. Cool. If I get the pistol out, I'm full of ammo. Okay, cool. And I've got the katana on me as well. They're fairly well prepared and everything. I don't think I have to worry too much metabolism-wise. I was eating an MRE stew. No, I know what I'm going to do. When I get back down towards the airport, I'm going to grab some corn and maybe some potatoes or something. Because we're going to go back past the airport, you know, down towards the petrol station. So, off we go. Interesting to see how this thing goes for fuel. Haven't driven the little lake much, so we'll see. But that's kind of part of the reason why I wanted to make sure I was carrying a fair bit of fuel with me as well. So we're going to go back around here, back through the tunnel. There are so many places I could stop at and loot. Absolutely well and truly, but I can't afford to. Got to keep focused on the fuel and trying to get our way all the way down to the scrapyard. So what I might do is I'll speed up the game a little bit, and I'll catch you down at the fuel station. See you soon. Okay guys, I'm just letting you know I stopped off near the airport here in this cornfield, grabbed a whole bunch of food and put most of it in the car. Some of it I have eaten. So I think I ate 3 pieces of corn. That'll keep me going for a while. But yeah, we don't have far to go. Have a look at the fuel though. Pretty economical. It's not a bad little car to be driving around in, I think. And plus the fact it has a bit more space. Can't remember now. Was it Nord or was it Jimmy was telling me about the fact that the lake has got more space? So I was a bit surprised. But yeah, it can take at least 5 boxes. I've got 4 in there with the extra fuel containers and a little bit of extra space. So yeah, a little bit bigger than the red car. So I guess if you had to choose between the two, the green Laker would be the one to go for. Depends on your circumstances and whatnot. There could be something else that's good about the little red tank over this green one, but haven't really driven the green one enough to know. So this is the petrol station down here. We've got to go all the way over that way yet, but this is where we tend to fill up. So I've got to try to hijack the guys from here. The problem is there a beeper? That could be a beeper over to the left. I think it's a beeper. It is. I can hear him. Jerk! safely put the car over here somewhere. Hopefully, when I say safely, that is safely. I can see a puppet in the orange there just ran up the road. So, we haven't got a rifle as such. But we're going to come over here and see if we can knock these guys off. Now, I think the puppet ran out on the road, the beeper guy. Let's have a look. We should be able to take this guy out. And that will alert all the other puppets, I would imagine. Here comes one guy. Or lady. I have to give this one a bullet. Okay, let's just do a little bit of a sprint over this way. Hoping that the suicide guy, don't think he would have heard us. But it's a little bit hard to tell. There's another puppet down here. Is that the suicide guy? I don't know. I definitely heard him before, so that doesn't look like him, does it? Oh, so much would prefer to have a rifle with a scope. That's what makes this so hard. I can't see. That's a normal puppet. Where's the suicide guy? Can't see them up the road. Alright, I'm just going to have to risk it for a biscuit. Okay, so he's down. It's like shoot and move, and hide in a bush. Oh, I can hear him. Here he comes. Here he is. Hello. Oh, man. Do you know what? I killed him, but his timer's still going. So if you dare to, you can run over there and disable it and get his C4. But me, I'm not doing that. He can blow up in the paddock. I'm not dealing with his C4. Dude. There it goes. So when it goes really quick like that, how long have you got? Not long, hey? It's only about, I don't know, 10-15 seconds, I suppose. Alright, let's see. How many bullets have I got left in this thing? I've used a few. Is that about 8? It's about 8. And of course he wants to pee. Like I've been saying, I just think he pees too much. Can't hear any puppets. There could be one in here though. Anyone on the floor in the toilet? No. Anyone on the floor around the back? There's a car battery on the shelf. There is. Hello. Oh my goodness, Trev. 3 shots from point blank range. Dude. Well, I've got space for stuff now, I guess. Alright, you're gonna have to pee, you're gonna have to pee. Hurry up. We'll loot the service station, we'll fill up with fuel. Oh my goodness. Well, hopefully they don't respawn when I go to get the car. I don't think so. I don't think I'm kind of far enough away to warrant that. That's pretty good, just get a bottle of water. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll take that. If this is a good car battery, I wouldn't say it's great, but it's okay. See, oh, yep, I'll have the scrap. Never used to be a big deal, you know, getting scrap. But when you first start off, oh, it's my morning coffee. How about that? I'll drink that. Fantastic. Thanks for that game. Ooh. See what I mean? It's kind of weird. You're picking up all these... Oh, I thought it was a searchable one. Hang on a second. Is that searchable? What? I always thought there was a searchable toilet thing there. Must be going nuts. Hang on. Is there any money in this cash register? It's always worth looking. 76 buckaroonies. Thank you very much, Lee. Alright. Okay. Another bit of scrap. Thank you very much. Probably won't touch the flare. Oh, that's so good. Look how much fuel is in this fuel bowser. That's what I wanted. Oh, CD player. There's the bicycle we saw last time that we were down here. It's been a while. Oh, it's not that often you get the drill. We'll merge those. We might take the hose actually. Now, was there... There is a rubbish bag around the back here. It's an old padlock, might be worth a few bucks. We're getting to the point now though, very lucky. Yeah, that's the one I did search. A canned beef goulash, but look at the condition. Yeah, nah, I might skip it actually. I don't know whether someone might say, oh no, if it's sealed it's still okay, but yeah, I don't want to start throwing up everywhere. Wouldn't be good. I got my corn, so I'm pretty happy. Rubber band, no. A bolt, yes. 45% cream, probably not. Alright. Now, fingers crossed we can get the car and get back here without them respawning. And then we can go through, I don't know, I'm guessing $1,500 worth of fuel probably, something like that. Drive that car, Trev. See, our battery's fully charged now, so that's a good thing. So no one's respawned, I'm pretty certain. Just in case we don't want to get sunburned, we'll park it in the shade. Always thinking of other things, aren't you, Trev? Probably not so focused, thinking about stuff you shouldn't be thinking about, but anyway. Well, I should be able to at least fill it with gasoline. 227 bucks to start with. Okie dokie. Then, this is where the fun starts. So, this little container's got to be filled up, and everything that's in here. There you go, put it there. Alright, fill up the small, another 150 bucks. Hang on, where were we going to put that? Could just put it on top of here and then the other box sits on top. Yeah. Alright, let's have a look. So, there's one. So we can put that in there. Second one. Don't forget, this was half of our mission today to come down here and get fuel. Which has worked out pretty well, if I say so myself. So, oops, hang on, might have to scroll up a bit. There's the third one. Oh no, so every... no, that would have been about $1,700 in fuel. I think somehow. Because they, what, $300 each. So there's $1,200. Let's have a look. 1,200 for the big containers. And then probably another, not quite 400. Nah, it probably was about 1,550 or something. Yeah, it was something like that. Not too bad at all, really. Okay, let's just take out the first one. Oops. Now, where did I put? Somewhere around here. I'm just going to fill this with the goodies that we found. Because... maybe I should keep the nails and the bolts on the same line, maybe. Some extra drinkies. I'll put all these along here. And then we'll have a free hiking bag. But, which one was it? Was it the second one that had the hiking bags in it, maybe? No, you're starting to worry me now, Trev. Must have been the third one that had the hiking bags in it. Ah, it had bags written on it, okay. Yeah, that's interesting, because it's got bags written on here, but if you put it inside the car, it just says a wooden chest. It doesn't tell you which one. Alright, so the one that's got the bags in it was the one next to the axe. Okay, Trev, just remember that. Okay, very good. From here... Oh, don't punch. We have to go east and probably follow this yellow line all the way down through the city as best we can, and then get over to B0 sector. So we've got a little ways to go, I guess. Yeah, you can stop fighting, Trev. The car's fine, you don't need to attack your own car. Gee, have a look at the petrol bowsers. I chewed through a bit of fuel there. Alright, let's just... We'll go across the road instead of going cross country. Now that the Scum's been updated to do damage to the vehicles, we probably should try to stick to the roads. Alright, so mission now is to try to get to the scrapyard. Let's see if we can look through the scrapyard. So I am going to fast forward the video and I'm going to catch you guys at the scrapyard. See you soon. Alright guys, I think we're just about here now. It's a long journey. All the way across this side of the map, there's the scrapyard. So this is what we've been wanting to loot for a little while in terms of the car parts and scrap metal. Oh my goodness. Okay, so where should we go? We could go in the top here. But then again, the main entrance is down here. Oh man, there's so many vehicles in this thing. Look at them all. This is like scrap heaven. This whole place. Oh, someone's heard me already. I have to kill this guy. So don't forget, now you can run over the puppets. I.e. that example. Doesn't seem to damage the car, which is pretty good. Which in real life I think it would be quite the opposite. I mean, that was a pretty slow run over though. He had a bad battery on him. Bit unusual. Alright, well, we've got nothing in our hiking bag. I'm very tempted. Hang on. I am going to just... on the edge here, I don't need to be carrying these on me, so I'm going to put the 2 crowbars in there, and the rest of my gear, actually even my raincoat and my cotton hoodie, I don't need that on me at the moment. And what's my metabolism like? Not too bad actually. Cool, so now we can start looting this big area. This is going to be cool. Let's take a couple of sips of drink. Oh my goodness. It's like a kid in a candy store, isn't it? So don't forget there's obviously, yes, puppets around left, right and centre. Including in here. Come on, wakey wakey. Oh man, honestly. Now that we've made lots of noise... Oh look, nice of them to leave me some shotgun shells. Cool. Just wait for the rest of the crew to turn up that were close by that would have heard that. Don't really need that. All that. Where are you? Oh man, because he has to be around the back. Come on. Oh, I'll also search him while he's on the floor. This guy is just... Oh, where is he? I think he's coming around gradually. Look, dude. There is another way of dealing with this. Here, come closer. I think he got poked. That's it. Hopefully it was just the one guy. I think it was just the one guy, yep. What did you have for me? What nice gear did you leave behind for me, dude? Nothing much. Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's have a quick look in these buildings. Oh, this is a bit unusual. Don't normally have all this gear. Actually, this wouldn't be a bad little place to set up a house. What do they call these things? Dongers or something? Little huts where you can live. Yeah, I don't think any of these things are going to have anything in them. Still worth checking out. So what, there's a saucepan on the floor, Trev. I might grab that just... Actually, I might grab that just in case too. Still got a rag. Okay, here's the scrap, right? Oh no, there's a bolt. Was that burning just before? Okay, there's some scrap. If we go back with one bag pretty full of scrap, like 40 to 50 scrap, I'd be very happy. That will be perfect. But, technically... Oh my goodness. I guess you can find just about everything down here as well. There's a silver lock. There's another nail. Now, should I do this in an ordered fashion or just completely random? Oh, there's another silver lock. Oh, hang on. Is this like a whole chunk of stuff that I've looked at? Really? Oh, wow. You can't... Oh, some of them you can. Oh, that's alright. Fishing line tire repair kit. I don't really think that applies in the game yet, does it? I don't think so. I've got a feeling these are worth a bit of dough. So it kind of looks like some of these are worth... You can look in and some you can't. Where is this guy? I can hear you. Back a bit. Where is he? Here he comes. See, if they're lying down in the scrapyard, there's no way you're going to see them. What about this second line of cars? Oh, it does have stuff. Oh, oil filter. Oops, hang on. Where is he? Where did... Yeah, I'm positive these guys can climb up on here. Can I? Oh, they're all the same. Okay. I'm sure I can hear it. Oh, here they come. They're just a bit slow. Whoops. Get running, Trev, get running. Maybe swap over to something else, like your shoddy. Now jump back on the cars again. That was a bit loud, Trev. Now, because I made that sound way over there... Is that a bush? No, it's just a bush. Alright, let's have a look. I did something bad. Oh, it's an infected thing too. Okay. Let's try treating it. Does it fix it? I have got antibiotics on me, so... Let's try a second one. It's a bit trickier in here because you can't see them very easily. Ah, there you go. Okay. Just as well I had the good bandages, I suppose. Well, that was a bit painful. Goes to show though, there's some good stuff in here. Another oil filter, which could come in handy later actually. Did I have... yeah, I had too many of these things all... oops, lined up together. Just have to be careful because you can't see very easily where they are. Actually, maybe I should just leave my shoddy out. Have I got 9? Well, I have, okay. Just worthwhile checking. That's the same one. What about these guys? Same one. It's hard to tell actually where they start and finish. Oops. Oh, be careful of that car. Can't climb on that very easily. That looks like a newer car to me. More nails, more bolts. Another bolt. I wonder where you need to go to find car seats and stuff. Are they just in some of the vehicles, maybe? Some of the cars look so bad, like you can almost tell they don't have something in them, but... although that one, I didn't think that one was going to have any in it, and it did. No. I wonder if this truck's got something in it. Oh, actually, it looks like it's kind of pretty random too, because I wasn't expecting that old vehicle to have, or to be searchable at all. Or that one, for that matter. Portable work light. It's not in the best condition, but oh well, we'll take it. Something a little bit different, I guess. Let's see, let's see. Okay, I'll keep going, keep going. Or, oh, more of that. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, so actually we could just take down some puppets and make some improvised sign kits quite easily now. So this is nails. This is the other side still. Oh my goodness, this is going on for quite a while. There's a few interesting bits and pieces in here, especially these locks. They got to be worth a little bit. I think it might be every now and again it changes to another area that you can loot, and that's why you can loot the vehicles, I think. Yeah, it does look a little bit unusual, I must say. It's the same thing. Don't really need the book. This looks like it's lootable. No. There you go. It's very I think there's only so many cars you can loot, and then it kind of chops and changes a bit. Wow. Already got 10 bolts already. See, there's another car jack. How cool is that? Well, that's handy to have. I really like that idea, because then I can kind of leave a car jack at some, you know, maybe a car jack at each base. That would be handy. Bolt that. Not sure how much I'm going to get out of these oil filters, but I'm sure I can do a few. Why is that isopropyl alcohol just there? I might need that. That might come in handy soon, without a doubt. Same car. What about this one? Can I reach it? More scrap, which is good. Same car. So this is right up at the other exit, right? Ooh, I don't mind that. That's a smartphone battery from a NVG. Pliers. Oh, that's interesting. These are all separate. And a wrench pipe. Can I put that in here somewhere? Can I? Oh, I can. Oh. I'm just thinking, what can I actually repair with this? If I put it in here, it hasn't got a lot on it, but I can. I can repair that. And I can repair my helmet a bit. What else can I repair with it? I don't think there's a lot. I could repair that. Just use it up. There's only a few there. Alright, let's just make sure that my gloves are repaired and my shoes are repaired. Hiking bag? Hang on, what did that say? Oh, it's 88. Yeah, okay. Alright. I'm almost on full in terms of the hiking bag. Got a few more little bits and pieces. What is that? A Yanmar? John Deere? Sort of excavator. Oh man, more fishing line. Cool. Same thing again, I guess. You go down here. The problem is this line of cars is so blinking long that by the time I get down to the other end, the puppets might have respawned. Okay, put them there. Yeah, see, there's still another oil filter there. There's fish stuff. Oh my goodness. Oh, I wouldn't mind it if that was a working battery, but hardly anything left in it. A fishing rod? We're going fishing, guys. Have a look at us. Now I'm going to take this down, see if I can put it back in the car. Remember, I was up to that green bush. If I need to. I'm just wondering if it's worthwhile looking in some of these other buildings. Maybe they've got some really good loot in terms of car seats and bits and pieces in these other buildings. You can always come back to the cars. That's easy. Ah, typical. Rain on me. Man. Oh well, can't do much about it. I hate being rained on in the game, but anyway. Alrighty. Can we fit the fishing line in that way? Oh yeah, we can. Maybe I should just equip the raincoat. Might help me out a little bit. Alright, so which one? That was this the... Yeah, it was this one here, wasn't it? So if I take this box out, have a look. This one can go in, this one can come out. Oh, that's the one that already had some stuff in it. Well, the good news is I've got a car repair kit if I need it, just sitting there. There's a tyre jack. I've got another tyre jack. That's not that bad, actually. Isopropyl gear. I suppose. Whoops, don't punch the ground, Trev. There's the wrench. There's some more fishing line. What else did I throw in here apart from the corn I'm about to eat? Nothing else? Okay. Yeah, you can stop fighting, dude. Let's have a look. I am going to eat that. It's not too bad. He wants to pee though, by the way. Looks like my injury is well and truly recovering. Alright. Oops, back to the shotgun, not the knife. Let's head over to this building over here. I want to see if that's got gear in it. But I will need to keep an eye out for you-know-who's. Actually, I haven't heard a beeper yet. I can definitely hear something. Hang on, that sounds like a pig or something. Like there's an animal around here. There's a puppet. Can I go over to this building without the puppet hearing me? It is really hard to see these guys though, because they're in amongst all the obstacles, the rubbish, rubble and whatnot. Not sure. Have no idea whether this building's worth looting or not. See, maybe the car parts are simply in the cars themselves. Gotta be someone on the floor, surely. Let's have a look. Where's all the puppets? Really? No puppets on the floor at all. Well, a bit surprised. What have we got? Ooh. Don't mind getting a spare axe. Maybe I can put that in there. There you go. Might take the screwdriver. Yeah, I'm sure I can hear there's a puppet out there somewhere. That's not a bad find, getting another car repair kit. What can you find in this guy? A kitchen board. They're just construction boots, I think. Yep. Alright. Back out into the rain, people. So where else can we go? That might be a building. It needs to urinate. That definitely sounds like a piggy. There's a few of these other little buildings. Maybe I should go in there. Hang on, I might go back in here. Fix his problem. Because he has to pee again. What's he like in terms of that now? 80 to 100. He's still got a little bit of stuff to go, but yeah, he's going to get hungry again fairly soon. Alright, let's go out this end and see if we can check out these other buildings. So even that small amount of scrap that we've got, that'll go a long way. Don't forget, we can go back to the airport and just search the airport if we wanted to. Is that a motorbike just sitting there? Without a rear tyre. What's it look like? 100% okay though. Battery, a little bit of fuel, just needs a rear tyre. So there's another vehicle crying out loud. What have we got in here? A little lock. Can you search that? No. Can search this. Yeah, these don't seem to have much in there, eh? I think you're meant to just search the vicinity by the looks of things. Yeah, I can definitely hear a piggy somewhere. Doesn't look like you can do anything with this. It's like a... Is it a stone crusher or a conveyor belt of some sort? Nothing there to loot. Oh, there's some boxes up here. It is a pretty big area. It is a bit of a problem though, because you can't see the puppets. You have to kind of hear more. That's a nice find. Another battery. It's quite random when you think about it. Actually, I might grab that. I might be able to throw that out in a sec. I'd say the puppets are kind of randomly dispersed all over the shop. Well, there you go, a bit more scrap. Well, I guess if you wanted to come somewhere for scrap, yeah, this is really cool. That looks like an industrial little area. I might head towards that. Just check these three little vehicles out. Grab myself a little bit more scrap. So there's got to be... I don't know whether that means you need to... Oh, thank you. I don't know whether you need to search through every single car body to find some spare seats and whatnot that you can loot. I'm not sure if that's the case. Yeah, that's just another stone crusher machine. Gotta remember, this is why if you don't do it in a kind of systematic way, you can't really remember where you've been. and where you haven't been. Alright, let's have a look up here. We might have to do 2 episodes, you know. This is going to be a pretty lengthy exercise, I think. But I've come all this way. I don't know if I really need that many oil filters. I might hold off a little bit. Dying to get in here and have a look. I'll take all that. So the road's up there, so the car's up that way somewhere. Thank goodness I haven't heard a beeper yet. Man, he would be really hard to sort out. Like exactly where he was. Yeah, that would be pretty scary if I heard him around the place. Can we get in here? Oh, there's guys everywhere. Okay. So let's just see who's gonna come in here. Keep an eye on both doors. Skinny girl. Question is, can I hear more footsteps? I can definitely hear puppet noises, but they could be outside actually. Or they could be in another room, maybe? I don't know. Of course there's no water in there, Trev. What are you looking in there for? Another green hose. I've already got one. Kind of half expecting car parts and stuff to be maybe in a little warehouse or a workshop or something up against the wall. Oh, that's not a bad find. I'll take that. Oh, I can hear footsteps. Looks like someone got into a bit of an argument. Angry little bear or something. Funny little slippers on the floor though. I'll take the padlock. No, I don't need those types of floppy slippers, sorry. Ooh. Probably got enough gas containers, I suppose. Just in case they decide to zero again. See, get myself into trouble. Not the best condition gloves, I suppose. No. What's in these guys? Just paper? Come on, game. Surprise me with something like a battery. That'd be good. Nothing in these shelves, no? Okay, that's where I came from. So it applies, it probably goes outside. I'll do the corridor first. Just in case there is a pair of hands that kind of come flying through one of the walls, I'll know where they are. Sounds to me as though they're actually outside. Ooh, that might be good to ransack. Don't think they're in there either. Otherwise someone would be trying to beat me senseless. Alright, let's have a look. This kind of looks interesting. Baseball bat, this fungicide. Might need to throw it out, but I wouldn't mind keeping it. Masking tape. Toolkit. Well, that's kind of one of your better finds, I suppose. Paper, no. There's a needle. That is actually a good find, because I can make another improvised sewing kit immediately. So we've done everything on that shelf, which is pretty good. Now a nail. That's pretty good. Car battery that's too... Oh, can't leave that one behind. That's not that bad, actually. Kind of wasn't expecting to see that up here. Screwdriver I could take. Oh my goodness. This is kind of making life a little bit difficult because maybe I should put the needle down there, maybe. What is this? Oh, this is just paper, isn't it? Oh, I've never seen that on the shelves before. Oh man, I tell you, I haven't got a rebar cutter, so kind of special items like that you think, oh, well I can see one, I should grab that. Good condition padlock. How much space have we got up here? It's a bit weird. A few more nails and bolts. Certainly a lot of paper around. Not sure how much you can sell that for. Okay, that seems to be everything in here. So we haven't done this room yet. Doesn't look like there's a puppet in here. A few diaries. Actually, come to think of it, I haven't done the bottom floor to this yet either. That's interesting. So, there is a couple of other places. Oh, there's a fair few sheds out there to look at yet. Oh dear, there's a lot more than I thought. Oh wow, there's a lot of gear, which is good. This is what we're after. Masking tape. You know what? I've got oil filters. I've got some masking tape just there. I think I might take it because I might be able to make myself an improvised silencer for the shotgun. That might kind of help as well. So, alright, I think that's what we're going to do. Nothing much else here. What brand of photocopier is that? Can't tell. I mean, they probably wouldn't put it in there anyway. Alright people, I am full as... I'm going to have to leave the episode here, I think. But we're going to have to come back to part 2. That's what we're going to have to do. Oh well. In the meantime, off camera, I'm probably going to do a couple of things. One, take the loot to the car and come back here ready for looting again. But in the meantime, off camera, I might see if I can go and get that drop, depending on how far away it is. Alright everyone, I will leave the episode here. Hope you've really enjoyed today's episode. I am absolutely, amazed that we've got the car now. So excited to be able to go back to looting again and finding out all these different places again in the Scum map and things that they've added. There is so much to do. Honestly, so much to do. Anyway, people, I'll leave the episode. Really hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, you can really help the channel out by smashing that like button for the video. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, you can mega help the channel out by subscribing. Alright everyone, thanks so much. Cheers.